We have breaking news as the Toronto Blue Jays have made a huge signing. They have signed Max Scherzer to a deal. Yes, Max Scherzer is officially a Toronto Blue Jay, and everybody thought that there was Jays just being used as leverage and that this would never happen. They got Max Scherzer, one of the best pitchers we have ever seen over the past 10 to 20 years. He is a Toronto Blue Jay, and ladies and gentlemen, this means a ton for the Toronto Blue Jays going forward. And quite frankly, this is huge for the team. Quick reminder, though, before we get into all this, if you're a part of the 70% who aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. I had a video earlier this morning talking about how things were starting to look more and more likely surrounding Max Scherzer. And now here we are a few hours later. They made the signing happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some of the details as well. More details are going to be coming out. But again, I pride myself in keeping you up to date with all the latest news. Here is the latest news. Max Scherzer is in agreement for, it's a one-year deal. There's a bunch to go over here. I'm kind of all over the place. Let's take a breath. So, John Heyman, breaking, Max Scherzer to the Jays. As John Heyman reported, the Jays are in agreement with Max Scherzer pending a physical. There's no hoopla going on here. He is a Jay. Shi Davidi confirmed it. And we're going to dive into his stats. We're going to dive into everything. But ladies and gentlemen, this is huge for several reasons here. And we're going to have another video later discussing it. But on the surface, let's start with the actual signing. So again, it is a one-year deal worth $15.5 million. Adding a starting pitcher was the one item from their winter to-do list the Blue Jays hadn't accomplished yet. Scherzer deepens their rotation and comes with a track record, competitiveness the team values. So a ton of different things here. For one, it is a one-year deal worth, of course, $15.5 million. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with the contract. Absolutely fantastic contract, something you can, stomach, something that, yes, he's 40 years old. He still has a lot in the tank, but let's just take a step back aside either way. We have Max Scherzer on the Toronto Blue Jays. We get to watch next season 40-year-old Max Scherzer play for this team. And if that doesn't make you excited, whether or not you think he's going to have a great season, to be able to watch one of the great pitchers we've seen ever pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays is phenomenal. And two, this rotation now, I mean, you have I am over the moon. They still have work to do. They need one more hitter, but we're talking about an offseason now that is really starting to shape up here. And quite frankly, I am just extremely happy. I am extremely happy. And I think more moves are to come. We'll dive into that in a little bit. But for this, I'm Keegan Matheson. The Jays' agreement with Max Scherzer is a massive step forward for the rotation in the bullpen, which can now be Yariel Rodriguez's home. Toronto's rotation depth is suddenly a strength. Just an absolutely excellent addition on a one-year deal. There's no world where this contract can age poorly. If he has a bad season, at the very least, A, he provides some depth to the rotation so now Yariel Rodriguez can slide into the bullpen. But B, he can provide some mentorship to a lot of these guys, whether that be Bowden Francis, Alek Manoah, Jake Bloss, Ricky Tiedemann, Trey Savage, any of those guys who could come up. Obviously, Ricky Tiedemann dealing with an injury. But it's just a fantastic move. And in what started as a very poor offseason has slowly turned into a very solid offseason. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be commenting that, the Jays haven't gotten all these deals done, that they're ruining a lot of these deals. Like, again, I had a video earlier today saying that a deal is, becoming more likely with the way the reporting was going. And then later today, they actually signed the deal. They got the Anthony Santander deal done. And now with Max Scherzer, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you are now in a very strong spot when it comes to your rotation. You have Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, José Berríos. Now you also have Max Scherzer and Bowden Francis, and you have an elite bullpen arm now in Yariel Rodriguez, which you already made better, the bullpen that is, with Nick Sandlin and Jeff Hoffman. I mean, the team is looking really deep now. And I think as you start to look at what could be next up, we're going to have multiple videos about that. But I want to talk about Max Scherzer. And again, just one of the better pitchers. He's been in the league now for almost 20 years. I mean, the last 16 years. And last season, let's talk about his actual impact on the team next season. So again, he's going to be 40. Last season, he still was very solid. A 3.95 ERA in 9 games. Very solid. Again, injuries are going to be a problem, but they have some depth now. 2023, in 19 starts between the Mets and the Rangers, a very respectable 3.77 ERA in 27 starts. He is a year removed from 27 starts. And I think that according to everybody, and I had it in the video earlier today, he threw a bullpen for a bunch of teams just last week, and he looked, according to one executive, as good as he has in years, and that he will be an extremely good arm for any team. I mean, this team is pushing for a playoff spot, ladies and gentlemen. They're absolutely pushing for it. You have now Max Scherzer. I mean, the starting rotation is incredible. especially if Bound Francis can replicate even 80%, 70% of what he did before. Incredible. Now, the hitting still needs some work. The bullpen looks really solid as well. And I don't think the Jays are done. When you're looking at now the cap, they were $7 million under the second apron of the cap threshold. They blew past that with this deal, assuming there's no deferred money here. And we'll have, a video later tonight probably breaking down some more things. But I mean, this is just a game-changing move for the Toronto Blue Jays. And this is a move where you probably go out and buy a Max Scherzer jersey. Like, there's a chance I'm probably going to go ahead and buy a Scherzer jersey just to say you have Max Scherzer on the Toronto Blue Jays for a year. It makes the team infinitely more watchable for me personally, and I'm just over the moon with this move. There's absolutely no debating it. I'm super excited. He's been a great pitcher. Like, even in his down years, he's been very solid. If he can give the Jays even like a 4.00 ERA and 20 starts or something like that, that is very serviceable. He's going to be their number 4 starter, maybe their number 5, depending on how they value Bound Francis and how well he does. But man, oh man, you get a competitor, you get a winner, you get someone who's going to go to battle every single day, and you have one of the grittiest rotations in baseball right now. And something else, ladies and gentlemen, which I have a video on a little bit here. You can see this from Mock Bomb sources. Jays fans may have this visual by the end of the weekend. Nothing done yet. The Scherzer signing certainly helps the pitch to Pete Alonso. Again, whether you want to believe Mock Bomb or not, he gets some things right. But the point of this tweet is we heard so many rumblings. We know Max Scherzer and Pete Alonso are very good friends. We knew that Max Scherzer was only going to come to Toronto, assuming they had a chance to win a World Series. You have to assume that more moves are going to be coming for the Toronto Blue Jays. And it may not be Pete Alonso, but let's not forget now they have a heavy deal for Alex Bregman on the table. They have a 6-year deal on the table for Alex Bregman. There's a chance that there was some sort of verbal agreement with Scherzer. We're doing everything we can to make this team as good as possible when it comes to the hitting department. And now we get to see Max Scherzer in a Toronto Blue Jays uniform. And quite frankly, it's been a rough offseason. It's been a rough past couple years. Is this Max Scherzer signing going to make this team from, a wild card team to a World Series contender? No. But it adds some more wins, adds some more WAR, but it gives you so many intangibles. And let's just take a step back. If you're going to any Rogers Center games this year, you get to watch Max Scherzer, a surefire Hall of Famer, one of the best pitchers in the past 20 years, pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays. And if you can't appreciate that, I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot of people out there upset with Ross Atkins. I mean, he has had an offseason of Max Scherzer, Andres Jimenez, Jeff Hoffman, Nick Sandlin, and Anthony Santander so far. If he makes one more move, this is one of the better offseasons in recent memory for the Jays. And they're actually getting pen to paper. They are getting deals done. And I am super excited to continue to pump out these videos for you all as they come out. This news just dropped. So we're going to keep you updated with all the latest news. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this signing. I'm personally just super excited because I love Max Scherzer and I love watching him pitch. And now we get to see him pitch in a Toronto Blue Jays uniform. It's going to be super exciting all year long. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the Jays can't be done yet. More moves are to come. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news. So make sure to smash that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.